Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered if a man is secretly drawn to you, but you just can't read the signs? What if I told you that the moment he locks eyes with you, or the way he subtly teases, or even the tiny gestures he makes, is screaming his attraction, yet most women completely miss it? Today, I'm going to reveal the hidden language of men, the subtle clues he leaves when he's secretly captivated by you, and how you can see the truth behind his actions before he even says a word. Pay close attention, because once you know these signs, everything changes. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start by asking you something very important. Have you ever felt unsure about a man's intentions? Have you ever wondered if the man in your life, the one who seems just a little too distant at times, might actually be secretly attracted to you? It's a question many women find themselves asking, because men, as much as we like to think they're straightforward, have a way of masking their feelings. But here's the thing. Attraction, real attraction, has a language of its own. It doesn't lie. And if you know how to read it, you can spot the signs from a mile away. The first sign is his attention. And I'm not talking about the kind of attention that's fleeting or polite. No, I'm talking about the kind of attention that lingers. The man who is secretly attracted to you doesn't just glance in your direction. He studies you. He notices the little things about you. Your smile when you laugh, the way your hair falls when you're deep in thought, the way your eyes light up when you talk about something you love. He remembers those details because to him, you're not just another person in the room. You're someone who captivates him. This is crucial because attention is energy, and when a man is secretly drawn to you, he invests his energy in noticing you in ways he doesn't invest in anyone else. Now, here's where it gets subtle. He may try to hide it. He may act nonchalant, as if he's indifferent. But the truth is, attraction betrays itself in small ways. A glance that lingers too long, a touch that is almost accidental but perfectly timed, a compliment that seems casual but hits straight to the heart. And here's the thing. These aren't mistakes. This is his subconscious trying to communicate what he doesn't dare say out loud. If a man is secretly attracted to you, he will find ways to make contact, even when he's trying to pretend he isn't interested. Another unmistakable sign is his willingness to make time for you. A man who is genuinely attracted will prioritize moments with you, even if it's inconvenient. It might not be grand gestures or overt declarations. Sometimes it's as simple as him finding excuses to be near you, adjusting his schedule to run into you, or sending a message to check in. And this is important because attraction isn't just about desire, it's about investment. A man who's secretly drawn to you will invest time, even in ways that feel almost invisible. He will find a way every single day to remind himself and the world that you matter. One of the most telling signs, and this one often surprises women, is teasing. Yes, teasing. The man who is secretly attracted to you will often poke fun in ways that feel playful but carry a deeper message. It's not about putting you down, it's about creating a connection, a unique private language that only the two of you share. Think about it. When a man jokes with you in a way that makes you laugh, in a way that makes your heart skip, he's testing the waters. He's signaling interest without saying it outright, because vulnerability is scary, and attraction often manifests first as this careful dance of humor and charm. Then there's the sign of curiosity. A man who is secretly attracted doesn't just ask questions about your day or your hobbies. He wants to understand your world. He wants to know what makes you tick, what excites you, what frustrates you. He's probing, but in a way that's genuine. He's listening, not just waiting for his turn to speak, but truly absorbing what you're saying. And here's the subtle power of this sign. When someone is secretly drawn to you, they internalize your words, your expressions, your dreams. They are piecing together an image of you in their mind, imagining what life would be like if you were more than just friends or acquaintances. Physical presence also tells a story. Body language is a language that cannot lie. The man who is secretly attracted will often mirror your movements, lean in when you speak, find reasons to touch you gently, even in ways that seem almost accidental. Watch for those subtle shifts in posture, the way his shoulders orient toward you, the way his eyes light up when you enter the room. Attraction has a way of seeping through no matter how hard someone tries to mask it. You will also notice the small sacrifices he will go out of his way for you, not because he wants credit, but because he feels a magnetic pull toward you. He might run an errand he dislikes, change plans last minute, or step into uncomfortable situations just to make you happy. These actions are quiet, almost invisible to the untrained eye, but they reveal a truth that words cannot always convey. He sees you as someone worth the effort. Now, here's an aspect that often goes overlooked: subtle protective instincts. The man who is secretly attracted will often, without consciously realizing it, want to shield you, support you, and ensure your comfort. It's not about controlling you, it's about safeguarding a person who has become important to him. This can show up in simple gestures, offering a jacket when you're cold, walking on the side of the street closest to traffic, or standing up for you in social situations. These signs, though understated, are potent indicators of genuine, albeit hidden, attraction. Communication patterns are also revealing. A man who is secretly drawn to you will find ways to stay connected. His texts might be thoughtful, his calls might come at unexpected times, and his messages might carry subtle humor, teasing, or depth that suggest he's thinking about you even when you're apart. And it's consistent. He doesn't vanish for days without explanation. He checks in, he reaches out, he keeps a thread of connection alive because attraction isn't a switch, it's a current, and he can't ignore it. Finally, you will notice the intangible sign, energy. Some things cannot be explained with logic or observation alone. There's an energy, a presence, that surrounds a man who is secretly attracted. He lights up in your presence, shifts in tone when he speaks to you, and somehow makes the world feel smaller, more intimate, more alive when you're together. This is the sum of all the other signs, a sut, la resonance that you feel in your bones. The beauty of understanding these signs is that it empowers you. It allows you to read the subtle currents of attraction without relying on empty words or overanalyzing behavior. You start to recognize patterns, to see the consistency behind actions, and to distinguish between polite interest and genuine hidden desire. You gain clarity, and clarity allows you to respond in ways that honor both your intuition and your worth. What's crucial to remember is this: a man who is secretly attracted to you will always find a way to show it. He might be cautious, shy, or unaware of his own signals, but the signs are there. They're in the way he notices the smallest details about you, the way he invests his time, the playful teasing, the curiosity, the subtle gestures, the protective instincts, and the energy that surrounds him when you're near. You don't need him to verbalize it to know it. Attraction speaks louder than words ever could. And here's the empowering truth. Recognizing these signs isn't about manipulation or mind games. It's about understanding human behavior, tuning into subtle communication, and honoring the ways in which people reveal themselves. When you become attuned to these signs, you step into a space of confidence, of clarity, of knowing your worth and the signals you deserve to receive. A man who is secretly attracted to you will find ways to be present, to notice, to invest, to tease, to inquire, and to protect. He will communicate his desire in ways both subtle and profound. And when you start seeing these signs, when you truly observe and interpret them with wisdom, you unlock a level of understanding that allows you to navigate relationships with both heart and mind. Attraction is never random, and it never hides completely. It's in the glance that lingers, in the message that surprises, in the gesture hat seems almost accidental. It's in the energy, the attention, the investment, the curiosity, and the subtle ways he signals that you are the center of his focus. Recognizing these signs is about tuning into reality, about seeing beneath the surface, and about empowering yourself with knowledge that allows you to respond intentionally and confidently to the people in your life. Every small action, every fleeting glance, every whispered word matters, because attraction is cumulative. It builds quietly, subtly, invisibly, until it becomes undeniable. And the man who is secretly attracted to you, he cannot completely hide it. He will always show these signs, and when you know what to look for, you will never again question whether someone truly desires you or values your presence in their life. Would you like me to expand this to a full 1,500-word version so it goes even deeper into the psychology behind each sign? Absolutely. Let's continue from where the first part ended and dive deeper into the psychology, subtleties, and empowering insights surrounding the signs of secret attraction. Now, let's talk about the way he listens to you. Not just the kind of listening where someone nods while their mind is elsewhere, but the deep, attentive listening that comes from genuine interest. A man who is secretly attracted to you will remember the smallest details, things you said months ago, things you mentioned in passing, even things you may have forgotten yourself. He doesn't just hear words, he absorbs them, he stores them, and he acts on them in ways that show he cares. Maybe he surprises you with a gift that reflects an interest of yours he remembered, or maybe he brings up a story you told him as if it mattered, because to him, it does. This kind of attentive behavior is a silent but powerful indicator of secret attraction, because people invest their energy in what value most. Next, consider the way he mirrors you. Mirroring is a subtle psychological phenomenon, and it's one of the most revealing signs of attraction. It happens almost unconsciously. The man who is drawn to you will start reflecting your gestures, your posture, even your speech patterns. If you lean forward, he leans forward. If you speak softly, he softens his tone. It's not something he's consciously aware of doing, but it signals that he is trying to connect on a deeper level. Mirroring creates a sense of harmony and synchrony, and it's the brain's way of signaling compatibility and empathy. When you notice this happening, it's a strong indication that he's emotionally attuned to you, even if he hasn't admitted his feelings yet. Another layer to this is subtle competitiveness. You might notice that he wants to impress you, not just with grand gestures, but in small, meaningful ways. He'll casually mention achievements or skills, not to brag, but to let you know that he can offer value and stability in your life. This isn't arrogance. It's an unconscious attempt to make himself appear more attractive in your eyes. It's part of the human instinct to impress someone we secretly desire, and it's often hidden behind humor, casual conversation, or friendly competition. Recognizing these moments allows you to see beyond surface-level interactions and understand the deeper currents of attraction at play. Emotional availability, or sometimes the lack of it, is also a key signal. A man who is secretly attracted may oscillate between closeness and distance. He might pull back at times, not because he isn't interested, but because he's wrestling with his own vulnerability. Men are often socialized to mask emotions, to appear strong and unshakable, and attraction forces them to navigate feelings they're not used to expressing openly. So when you notice moments of guardedness followed by sudden openness, pay attention. That's the telltale heartbeat of secret attraction, the push and pull between wanting to connect and fearing the risk of showing too much. Jealousy, though subtle, can be revealing too. If he seems to care slightly more than usual about the people you interact with, or if he's alert to your attention being drawn elsewhere, that's another indicator that his feelings are deeper than he's admitting. Notice the small reactions, the quick glance, the raised eyebrow, the change in tone when you talk about someone else. It's not possessiveness in a controlling sense, it's a reflection of emotional investment. Secret attraction often manifests as heightened sensitivity to the dynamics surrounding the person we care about. The way he compliments you can also reveal hidden feelings. These aren't the generic compliments that anyone might offer. These are specific, targeted, and thoughtful. He notices the uniqueness of your style, the intelligence in your observations, or the warmth in your smile. His compliments may come in the form of teasing, of playful observation, or of subtle admiration woven into ordinary conversation. And here's the critical point. The more specific and personal the compliment, the more likely it is that he feels a deep, unspoken attraction. Consistency is another powerful sign. A man who is secretly attracted may not always verbalize his interest, but his actions tend to follow a consistent pattern. He checks in regularly, remembers details about your life, makes time for you, and continues to invest in the relationship, however casual it may appear on the surface. Inconsistency in words might exist, but consistent behavior reveals the truth. Actions, after all, are often louder than words, and when a man repeatedly shows up for you in subtle, thoughtful ways, it's because attraction is driving him, Eve, if he doesn't yet have the courage to admit it. Pay attention to his use of humor, because humor is a gateway to intimacy. A man who is secretly attracted will often use humor to break down barriers, to create private jokes, or to lighten moments when vulnerability is near. It's a protective mechanism, but it's also a way of building connection. Laughter creates a bond, and the man who is secretly drawn to you will seek those moments of shared joy, often subconsciously, as a means of expressing feelings he can't yet articulate. Another subtle indicator is the protective energy he exudes. This isn't about controlling you or making decisions for you. It's about a desire to ensure your comfort and well-being. Maybe he notices when you're carrying too much and he offers help without asking. Maybe he intervenes in small social situations to shield you from discomfort. These acts may seem minor, almost incidental, but they're driven by a deeper, almost instinctual attraction. He wants to show care even when he doesn't verbally acknowledge his feelings. Body language, of course, remains one of the most revealing aspects. A man who is secretly attracted will often orient his body toward you. His shoulders, his feet, his torso, all subtly facing you even when you're in a group. He may subconsciously lean in during conversation, maintain prolonged eye contact, or display micro-expressions of interest like raised eyebrows or a quick smile that flickers and disappears. These are involuntary signals that give away attraction even when he tries to hide it consciously. Then there's the idea of shared secrets and confiding. A man who is secretly attracted will often create moments of emotional intimacy, sharing things about himself that he might not with others. He's testing the waters, seeing how safe he feels with you, and simultaneously creating a sense of closeness that is equally reserved for your relationship. These moments, small as they may be, carry immense weight. They're his way of saying without words that he trusts you, values you, and is drawn to you. The way he remembers your preferences, moods, and habits is also telling. Attraction often manifests in these almost imperceptible attentions. He remembers your favorite coffee order, notices when you're feeling off, recalls stories you told months ago. These details are markers of emotional investment, and they reveal that your presence in his life is meaningful, significant, and deeply attractive to him, even if he doesn't voice it directly. And let's not overlook the importance of social dynamics. Observe how he behaves around your friends, colleagues, or family. Does he seek subtle ways to impress them? Does he make an effort to integrate himself into your world? These behaviors indicate that he's not only drawn to you, but is considering the broader picture of connection, a subconscious signal that he imagines himself as part of your life in a meaningful way. Finally, there is an energy, a presence that is difficult to define, but impossible to ignore. The man who is secretly attracted will bring a vibrancy, an attentiveness, and a magnetic pull that resonates beyond actions and words. You feel it in the way he makes the room lighter, the conversation more engaging, and the moments more intimate. Attraction, after all, is cumulative. It's built on attention, presence, consistency, and investment. When you recognize it, you can trust your instincts because they're picking up on signals that are real, even if unspoken. What's empowering about understanding these signs is that it gives you clarity, confidence, and choice. When you can identify the ways in which someone is secretly drawn to you, you no longer need to second-guess, overanalyze, or compromise your own intuition. You begin to navigate relationships with awareness, recognizing authentic attraction and responding in ways that honor your worth. These signs are not tricks or manipulations. They are natural manifestations of human behavior, subtle expressions of interest, care, and emotional investment. They allow you to see beyond surface-level interactions, to tune into the underlying currents of connection, and to make choices that are aligned with your heart and your boundaries. A man who is secretly attracted to you will show it through attention, curiosity, protective instincts, thoughtful gestures, subtle humor, emotional openness, consistency, and energy. He may hide it consciously, yet subconsciously, his actions reveal the truth. By learning to identify and interpret these signs, you gain insight into human nature, connection, and the language of attraction, a language that speaks louder than words and resonates deeper than gestures. Attraction, when examined carefully, is never truly hidden. It's woven into behavior, body language, and the small, meaningful ways someone invests in you. The man who is secretly drawn to you cannot completely conceal it. His attention, energy, and care will always surface, if only you know where to look. And when you do, you hold the power to recognize authenticity, respond intentionally, and navigate relationships with confidence, clarity, and self-respect. Would you like me to create a continuation that adds illustrative stories and examples to make these signs even more tangible and relatable? This can help extend the speech another 1,000 words while keeping the same motivational style. Absolutely. Let's continue from where the second part ended, diving even deeper into the subtleties of attraction, behavior, and how to truly read a man who is secretly drawn to you. Now, let's focus on one of the most overlooked indicators, his patience. A man who is secretly attracted to you often demonstrates an unusual level of patience, not in a passive way, but in the way he invests his time and energy. He waits for the right moments to engage with you, respects your boundaries, and never pressures you to respond before you're ready. This is critical because attraction isn't about forcing closeness, it's about creating space for connection while quietly demonstrating value. His patience signals that he sees long-term potential and is willing to navigate uncertainty in order to maintain a bond with you. Closely tied to patience is his attentiveness to your moods. A man who secretly cares will often pick up on subtle changes in your energy, your laughter that seems a little forced, your quiet moments that hint at stress, or even the way your voice carries when you're excited. He notices these changes not because he's prying, but because he genuinely feels attuned to your emotional landscape. This attentiveness is a silent declaration of attraction. He's not merely observing, he's emotionally engaging. It's a subtle way of saying, without words, that your feelings matter to him, that your inner world is significant, and that he's invested in understanding and supporting you. Let's talk about effort in communication. A man who is secretly attracted doesn't communicate sporadically or superficially. Even in short messages or brief interactions, there's a conscious or unconscious effort to make you feel seen. He might send a text that makes you smile unexpectedly, comment on something personal in your life, or reference a conversation you had days ago. It's not about being overbearing, it's about weaving threads of connection that make you feel important and noticed. The more consistent, thoughtful, and nuanced these communications are, the more likely he's feeling an authentic attraction he may not yet have the courage. Rage to express openly. Now consider the way he reacts to your successes. A man who is secretly attracted doesn't view your achievements with envy or competition. Instead, he celebrates them, often subtly, often with a quiet pride that he was part of your journey or that he gets to witness your growth. He might congratulate you sincerely, offer encouragement, or reference your accomplishments when others aren't around. This reaction reflects an emotional alignment. He wants to see you thrive because your happiness matters to him. Secret attraction is rarely selfish. It's rooted in a desire to support, uplift, and integrate your successes into a shared sense of connection. Another key sign lies in his subtle protectiveness, which can be observed in social contexts. If he notices anyone being dismissive, rude, or even slightly disrespectful toward you, he may respond, not aggressively, but in a way that shows he values your dignity. This could be a small comment, a protective glance, or a careful intervention. The important detail is that it's not performative, it's instinctive. When attraction is present, men often feel an unconscious responsibility to safeguard the person they care about, and this is often displayed through discreet, meaningful actions rather than grand gestures. Playfulness and flirtation also reveal a lot about hidden attraction. Secretly attracted men often engage in subtle teasing, playful challenges, and humorous banter. It's their way of testing chemistry, building rapport, and creating intimacy without fully exposing their vulnerability. The key is in the nuance. This playfulness is not aggressive or demeaning. It's light, engaging, and uniquely tailored to you. The moments of laughter that come from this interaction create shared memories and emotional bonds, and they allow him to express interest while maintaining a level of safety for him. Let's dig into the way he handles conflict or disagreement. If a man is secretly attracted, he often shows restraint, patience, and a desire for resolution rather than dominance. He may listen more carefully, consider your perspective, and avoid unnecessary arguments. This isn't about being passive, it's about valuing the connection with you over the need to be right. Attraction influences behavior in ways that prioritize harmony and mutual respect, which is why observing his approach to disagreements can provide a window into his underlying feelings. Another subtle but powerful indicator is his willingness to share aspects of his life that matter to him. Men who are secretly attracted often reveal their passions, fears, or vulnerabilities selectively. These disclosures may be small at first, a story about his childhood, a personal hobby, or a struggle he's facing, but they serve as a bridge. Sharing personal information is a form of trust, and when a man does this with you, it signals that he feels safe and drawn to you in a way that he may not feel with others. Attraction is rarely superficial. It seeks depth, connection, and mutual understanding. Observe also his responsiveness to your energy. If you're enthusiastic, he mirrors that excitement. If you're contemplative, he matches your tone and pace. This subtle attunement reflects an unconscious desire to align with your emotional state. It's a sign that he's not just interested in your presence, he's invested in your experience, your moods, and your overall well-being. When someone is secretly drawn to you, they want to feel in sync with you because your emotional resonance affects their own. Then there's the power of small gestures that demonstrate thoughtfulness. Secretly attracted men often go out of their way to make your life a little easier or more enjoyable. This could be something as simple as bring your favorite coffee, sending a link to an article you might enjoy, or offering help with a task without asking for recognition. These acts are often understated, but they are intentional. They reflect a desire to be present in your life in meaningful, tangible ways. Attention to detail is a language of care, and secret attraction frequently speaks through these small but consistent actions. Consider also the subtle intensity of his gaze. Eye contact can communicate more than words ever could. When a man is secretly attracted, his gaze lingers a fraction longer than it does with others. There's a warmth, a curiosity, and an unspoken interest in the way he observes you. He may glance away quickly if he feels caught, but the pattern is consistent. His eyes return to you repeatedly, even in crowded rooms or group settings. This is the language of attention and desire, and it cannot easily be faked. Pay attention to how he integrates himself into your world. Men who are secretly attracted often find ways to create shared experiences, whether it's suggesting activities he knows you enjoy, joining events that matter to you, or simply expressing interest in the things you love. It's an unconscious effort to establish connection and closeness, to create moments that can strengthen the bond without overtly expressing attraction. These actions are meaningful because they indicate prioritization. They are choices he makes to be near you and engage with your life. Finally, the most intangible sign is the energy that surrounds him when he's with you. There's an unmistakable presence, a vibrancy, and a subtle tension that exists when someone is secretly attracted. You may feel it as a magnetic pull, a heightened sense of awareness, or a sense of emotional intimacy even in ordinary situations. This energy is cumulative. It's built from attention, consistency, care, humor, curiosity, and subtle gestures. It is impossible to ignore if you are attuned, and it speaks volumes about the depth of his hidden feelings. Understanding these signs is empowering because it shifts your perspective from uncertainty to clarity. It allows you to see the invisible threads of connection and attraction that exist beneath surface-level interactions. You begin to understand that attraction is a multi-layered, nuanced phenomenon. It is not always loud, overt, or verbal. It often manifests in small, meaningful, and consistent ways that reveal a man's interest without him needing to articulate it. When you learn to recognize these patterns, you can respond intentionally. You no longer rely on guesswork or hope. You can observe, interpret, and trust your instincts. This knowledge allows you to navigate relationships with confidence, discernment, and self-respect. You begin to recognize authenticity, understand emotional investment, and appreciate the subtle ways someone demonstrates attraction. The man who is secretly attracted to you is consistent, attentive, playful, protective, emotionally engaged, and subtly expressive. His gestures, both big and small, reflect a desire to connect and invest. His energy, patience, humor, curiosity, and attentiveness all work together to reveal his interest, even if he is hesitant to verbalize it. By tuning into these signals, you empower yourself to see the truth of the relationship, to recognize genuine attraction, and to engage with intention and clarity. Each glance, each thoughtful action, each moment of shared laughter builds a pattern that cannot be ignored. Secret attraction is cumulative, and it reveals itself over time through attention, effort, consistency, and energy. Understanding this gives you clarity, helps you navigate interactions with discernment, and allows you to respond in ways that honor both your feelings and your boundaries. Would you like me to continue with an additional 1,000 words that dive into practical strategies for responding to these signs while maintaining confidence and emotional power? This would extend the speech further while keeping the motivational tone style.